All right, here's my job for today. Get that log on that trailer and get it down to the sawmill. So this log it's about 9 foot long, 32 inches on one side and 37 on the other. This tree was kind of dead. The top of the tree, which is now all cleaned up and gone mostly, made up the entire top of my cabin. This will be my decking for the front porch. It just has a little bit of rot, but my saw will only cut 30 inches. So I have to take off a little bit anyway. And there's a little bit of rotten stuff here, but everything on the inside is really good. So I'm in good shape to cut this up for my porch. So anyway, I did the math on it and it weighs about 4,500 pounds. So I got my job cut out for me, but we'll see how it goes here. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but my heart's pounding. So anyway, it's on the trailer now just to get it home. I only have a couple city blocks basically. I'm at my neighbor's house. This is the big tree that made up the entire top of the cabin. And this is the last piece. So it will be the decking for the front porch. Anyway, now to get it home without losing it off the boat trailer. All right, the moment of truth, here we go. We are rolling and everything looks good. Doesn't sound good, but it looks good. Let's get out and check it before we get on the road. This log is huge. I think I'm pretty good. All of my weight's in the back, but like I say, I'm not going very far at all. So it's gonna make some noises. If we don't blow a tire, we're good. The binders are tight, so it should not roll off the trailer. The winch is pretty tight too, so that's what's making all the popping noises. Anyway, let's get her home. I'll show you how close I am. Just gonna take it easy. Not the idea place to build a log cabin. Everybody thinks out in the middle of the woods somewhere, but you know what? This is home for me. So here it is. So there's the cabin, and this log needs to go here on the sawmill. Take it, I don't want to lose it. Last thing I want to do is let that thing roll off of there. Or flip that trailer over. And Bentley's not happy. He's in the house because I couldn't take a chance having him up there while I was working on that. I've done more dangerous things, but I don't remember when. Okay, so there we are. Now I just got to get it over on the mill and get it cut down. So it's going to wind up being, there should be just enough wood there to mill all the decking boards for this entire porch. And this middle one that I've been using for a walking plank, believe it or not, is 1.5 inches thick, so the same as a 2x4, which there's a 2x4 laying right beside it, and almost 30 inches wide. So all of those boards will be the same. They'll be almost 30 inches wide, Just random sizes, whatever they work out to be, depending on what part of the cut I'm on. And they'll cover this entire front porch. So anyway, I better get my dog out of the bathroom because he's not happy with me. All right, talk to you later. Okay, well, my mill is in for a real treat today. So this baby's gonna go on there. Woodland Mills 130 max. I've got 32 inches at this side and 37.5 at the other. So some adjustments gonna have to be made before it'll even go through that saw. Trust me, the 130 max is an awesome machine, and it's the biggest they make that I know of. So we're just gonna trim her up a little bit and make it go. And then we're gonna make some decking boards. So hopefully by the end of the weekend, I'll have a nice flat deck on there. I'm not gonna nail anything down because of course it's gonna shrink up quite a bit. So I'll cut an extra board and let it shrink, and then I'll pull it together maybe next spring or even end of next summer. I'll pull everything together and nail it. Anyway, let's get busy. Oh, breakfast time with Mother first. All right, here we go. I don't know how this is gonna go yet. Put this thing over on the sawmill. With any luck at all, when it decides to go, it'll just roll right on over there. And I got a barricade set up, hopefully stop it from going off the other side. Hoping that would be stuck, but it is. Let's see. It only weighs about 4,000 pounds. Come on, baby. That's pretty close. I am happy with that, let me tell you. Now, just pick up on this side, it should start to roll. you get the point. I got probably another hour's worth of fiddling to do, but it's there. Okay, so I haven't used the mill in a month or so, and this log is absolutely enormous, so I decided to go ahead and change the blade. My log was 37 inches at one side, 32.5, 33 at the other, so I had to take off quite a few inches of the log on the side to even get it so I could run it through my mill. And I'll get you a picture of me standing beside it before I cut. Log is 9 foot long. I need 8-foot planks. They're gonna be the decking for the front of the cabin. So trying to keep the boards as long as possible. I'm not gonna make them any uniform size. Whatever size they work out to is what they're gonna be. So as far as width goes, so of course where the bark is more, there'll be a little bit smaller boards, and when I get toward the center, there'll be larger boards. So that's my plan anyway. So anyway, I changed the blade. It takes me about an hour to change the blade, check all the settings, run through all the safety stuff to make sure that that blade's gonna stay on there, tensioning, adjusting all the guides and everything. I still have to add some water and soap to the container on the top, but I think I'm just about ready to start my first cut. For those of you that haven't used one of these mills, this is where I had my biggest problems at the beginning. Was when I first put a blade on, it tended to throw the blade. My settings could all be perfect, it would still throw the blade off. And what I found for me is the best is shut my water and everything off, make a little bit of a cut to clean my blade off, and then start. When I say a little bit of cut, I'm only talking the depth of that blade, but that cleans off all those oils and gets that blade to really grab a hold of the track well. And then I stop for a second, turn on all my lubricant, and go. And it seems to work perfect for me. So I just wanted to share that with you. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready and start doing some cutting. Okay, this time I'm gonna run you through making one full plank. I'm gonna take it off of here, put it over there, square it up, cut it down to whatever I'm gonna get out of it. And I think that'll be good. Let's go. It looks good. Looks like all's gonna clear well, hopefully. Here we go. Let me stand it up for you first, show it to you. There. What a hunk of wood, huh? All right, now I'm going to cut that down to a usable square board. I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am to have amazing neighbors. This was a gift from my neighbor. It made up the entire top of the cabin. I'm still cutting off the same tree, and I have 2 more he'd like to have gone. I'm going to do about a 25.5-inch piece, it looks like. We'll chalk a line on the other side first and cut it off. Go a little closer to that edge. Wood's wet, so the chalk line doesn't stick real good. Unplug my cord. Figures. Alright, ready? So these are the deck boards for my front porch out of that log I drug down yesterday. And I just cut off a slab. This is probably my 4th cut. I'm going to stand it up and show it to you. Here we go. There. Almost 30 inches across. Solid red oak. I'm cutting them 1.5 inches thick. I'm leaving them as wide as I can get them, just squaring them up and putting them down. I would assume kind of like they would have back then. Anyway, hope you enjoy. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, so here I am at the cabin, and I wanted to show you. So my brother brought me up 2 logs, and this is all he wanted out of it, was 1 plank. Center cut, like 20 inches, 22 inches wide. He wants to make a table out of it. But anyway, he brought me the boards, or the logs anyway, and I made him this 1 board on my saw, and then he gave me the rest of the wood. There's some leftover planks that I cut. I was just trying to pick the best ones for it. So what I did was, I'll show you the porch. Now, if you remember right, I had most of it done, but the side to the left was not. So this is from the other tree, and most of these planks are really close to 30 inches wide. And as I get down toward the other side, starting at about this one right here, is the last of them, and then there's two more, but I sort of spread those out. So the smaller ones all come from the wood that he brought me. And I cut these and put them in today, and you'll notice, let me see if I can get an angle, but you'll notice the board is tapered to one side. So the log was bigger on one side, smaller on the other, but instead of cutting it square, I cut two of them with the difference made up